guys, it's Bree. Welcome back to my channel. I am reacting to how your childhood affects your life. Your childhood for sure affects the rest of your adult life, how you perceive things, how you interact with people, how you deal with your emotions. A lot of that plays into how you were raised, and I'm glad that the discussion of mental health is being talked about a whole lot more because now people are recognizing early that the stuff that you do as a kid or the way that or I'm glad that parents now are recognizing that the way that they interact with their children does have a lasting impact as far as like how you treat them, how you speak to them, how you explain things to them and stuff like that. So let's watch this video.
Hey, Psych2Goers. Do you ever catch yourself doing something like having a mini panic attack when you're asked to speak in front of others? Or maybe
Yes.
needing to be the center of attention all the time and wonder, why
I
do I
do know
do
people
that?
like that though.
Part of the answer lies in how you bonded with your parents during your childhood. The way you were raised, where you were raised, and your relationship with your family shapes a large part of who you'll become as an adult.
Yes.
If you've been watching Psych2Go for a while, you know that your childhood affects you in some weird and unexpected ways.
Mm-hmm.
We put some links to those videos in the description box below. One of the ways your childhood molds you into the person you are is the development of your attachment style. This video talks about the four
Mm.
attachment styles, as well as how you can spot them at work or school, in relationships, and in a crisis. You might be wondering, what is an attachment style, and why should I
Yeah,
care?
I've never heard of that.
Thanks to the research of Harry Harlow and John Bowlby, the mental health community uses the phrase attachment style to describe the ways we interact with and attach to others throughout our lives. As you might have guessed, you start developing your attachment style as an infant. It's first formed by the way you bond with your caregivers, then continues to be shaped throughout your childhood.
Hmm.
Understanding your attachment style is a big deal because it can tell you a lot about how you relate to your friends and family, how you work with groups of people, and how you handle problems or obstacles in your life. Of
Okay.
course, there are other things such as your temperament, culture, and self talk that influence the way you deal with people. But for now, let's learn more about attachment style.
Okay.
In 1970, psychologist Mary Ainsworth wanted to know more about how children with different temperaments attach to their parents and what this says about how they relate to the rest of the world. Would they get separation anxiety when they were away from their mother, or would they settle into their environment just fine? Her research has shown us people form attachments in one of four ways. 1. Secure, type B.
Okay.
People with this attachment style are confident their needs will be met. They're the most likely to assert themselves and ask for help.
I'm not
2.
that
Insecure avoidant, type
independent
A.
and rarely ask for.
People with this attachment style tend to appear more withdrawn and independent.
Eh,
They don't usually believe others will meet their needs and rarely ask for help.
I'm like that
3.
now.
Insecure ambivalent, resistant, type C.
Super
People with
clingy
this
and
attachment style can be difficult to read because they alternate between being super clingy and rejecting others.
so I've definitely been guilty of being like this throughout my entire childhood. I was very, very insecure, and other people told me that I was very clingy in my relationships, and I also would find myself, I don't know if I would say rejecting others. I kind of reject people now just because I'm trying to, like, protect myself. But I did kind of alternate between the two because people would, like, they would hurt me and I wouldn't want to get close to anyone else. So I kind of just stayed within my little circle of friends.
They're often insecure and seem to have trouble exploring new situations.
Yeah,
4. Disorganized. People with this attachment style view
you
all
on.
interactions with others as if they're a chance to solve old traumatic situations from their past. They tend to suffer
Mm.
from depression, anxiety, and post traumatic stress disorder,
So I think that
PTSD.
second one is me
Those with a
now,
disorganized attachment style are
and then
more
the
likely
last,
than the
the
other three styles to use negative things
one
like
before
drugs,
this one.
alcohol, or starting drama to
I don't know.
disconnect
I don't
from
remember.
important feelings. If everyone has an attachment style, then you can probably name at least one person in your life with each style.
Like
Let's take a look at how the
my
four
attachment
styles
style
relate to
has
others at
changed
work, school, in relationships, and in a crisis.
from when
If
I
these
was younger to
examples
now.
remind you of anyone, tell us about it in the comments. 1. Secure attachment style, type B. At work or school,
Yeah, I don't think I was this
people
one.
with a secure attachment style are typically focused and good communicators. They're the least likely to get involved in gossip or drama, but the most likely to ask questions at meetings or sit in the front
I'm
of the
like this
class.
now. Well,
In
not sit in front of the
relationships,
class.
people with a secure attachment style are the most likely to make the first move and the least likely to play head games.
I,
They tend to
I
have
take it
healthy
back. I'm not this
boundaries
one
and
at
are
all.
usually respectful of others' boundaries. In a crisis, although those with a secure attachment style don't enjoy drama or crisis,
Hmm.
they're able to manage their emotions and see the big picture when problems happen. They keep their cool enough to tolerate differences of opinion and help smooth over hurt feelings. 2. Insecure avoidant type A.
I think I
At work or
use,
school, the
or
person with an insecure avoidant attachment style probably has difficulty making friends and is probably seen as a loner at school or work.
that was
They
me.
tend to be more focused on the work itself rather than the social part of group projects.
Hmm.
In relationships, your friend or significant other with an insecure avoidant attachment style may have problems talking about or even identifying how they're feeling. They tend to be happier talking about more intellectual topics. The person with an insecure avoidant attachment style is also more likely to be that friend who tells you nothing's wrong, then explodes with anger. In a crisis, the person with an insecure avoidant attachment style goes out of their way to avoid super emotional situations,
mm,
which actually makes
I
them
don't
great
do
in a
that. But that
crisis.
last
They're
one
able to use their more objective nature
was
to take
spot
charge
on
and
with
do
the
what's needed
intellectual
in order to solve a
conversations.
problem. 3. Insecure ambivalent resistant type C. At work or school, these are the classmates and coworkers who always seem preoccupied or anxious. People with a type C attachment style tend to be more sensitive about their work and need more reassurance than other attachment styles. In relationships, those with a type C attachment style are often labeled as way too sensitive because they react strongly to anything that seems like they're being rejected by you.
Yeah, that's
This may cause a
me.
person with a type C attachment style to be clingy or attempt to reject you before you
Yeah.
reject them.
I'm not clingy
They also
anymore.
tend to blame others for their relationship issues. In a crisis, people with the type C attachment style seem to feed on drama and will often stir the pot during a crisis.
I don't
Because of
agree.
their anxiety and habit of personalizing others' behavior, those with an insecure ambivalent resistant attachment
I never
style
liked
need
drama.
a
It
lot of
made me sick to my
reassurance and
stomach.
advice when they're having issues. And 4. Disorganized. At work or school, whether they do it by pulling fire alarms, getting a
Oh
coworker
yeah,
fired, or proudly breaking the rules,
I was not
people with
this.
a disorganized attachment style love to test boundaries. Classmates and coworkers might see the person with a disorganized attachment style as charismatic, but they're the most likely to
I'm
engage
sorry I
in
keep
mean girl
yawning,
type
y'all.
behaviors. In relationships, it can be downright challenging to have a close one with someone who has a disorganized attachment style because they can be aggressive, abusive, and manipulative. Loved ones of people with a disorganized attachment style often feel like they're replacing those that have hurt this person in the past in this person's current drama. In a crisis, because they often feel as though they're reliving past negativity or abuse, people with a disorganized attachment style often feel triggered by crisis.
Mm.
These feelings of being triggered can lead to explosive anger, substance abuse, and the need to punish
It sounds like a
others.
YouTuber I
Did
know,
you
but
see
I'm not gonna say
yourself
no
or anyone you
names.
know in any of those examples? More importantly, how did you feel about what you heard?
I like this video. I definitely learned a lot. The second and third type, I think I identified with the most. As far as like, again, people have told me I've been clingy in the past. And like being anxious to talk around people, and I don't avoid talks about emotion at all. I'm very confrontational when it comes to how I'm feeling, how other people are feeling. But I remember her saying something like, they like to, I forgot which type it was, but I think it was the third one, and it was like they like to focus on intellectual conversations, and that is me to a T. I don't like a whole bunch of, hey, what you doing? Nothing. What you doing? Nothing. I don't like surface level conversations. I like to get deep. And that was something that I enjoyed doing a lot when I was in middle school and high school. And now thinking back, I can see why why people probably didn't like talking to me as much, because I was always trying to get deep. But I just like to have deep conversations. I like to, get into people's minds. And I also express myself as well and what I've been through. I just like doing that. But that's very interesting to learn about these different attachment styles. But yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this video, Make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up and comment down below your attachment style or other videos that you guys want me to react to, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.